Now we're going to talk about the graphs of quadratic functions. And here we're going to see quadratic functions in a little bit different of a form than we've seen before. This is called vertex form. And it's when we have the form f of x equals a, and then in parentheses x minus a number squared, which we call that number h, plus k. Now the reason we like this is because if we take the opposite of the number inside the parenthesis, that's the x coordinate of the vertex. And the number that's added to the end, that's the y coordinate of the vertex. Okay, the axis of symmetry will always just be x equals that x coordinate of the vertex. And if your a is positive, the graph is opening up and you have a minimum. And if a is negative, you have a maximum. So here, if we just draw a little picture of what's going on. So remember, this is our vertex. So we're calling that HK. And the axis of symmetry is the vertical line that goes right through the middle of the parabola. And we're saying that is equal to x equals h. Okay, and then by looking at the a value, the number out in front, and this is whether it's in this form or ax squared plus bx plus c. If that's positive, you're opening up like this. And if a is negative, you'd be opening down like that. And we see if we're opening up, we have a minimum value. And if we're opening down, this would be our maximum value. Okay, so this says for the function g of x equals 4 times x plus 1 squared minus 7, find the vertex, the axis of symmetry, and the maximum or the minimum. Okay, now our vertex, we're going to take the opposite of what's in here, so minus 1. Got ahead of myself. And then for the y coordinate, you do just take what's out there. You don't change it. So our vertex here is at -1, -7. Our axis of symmetry is just x equals -1. X equals the x coordinate there. Okay, now our a is positive, so we're opening up, which means we're going to have a minimum value. So we'd have a minimum, I didn't spell that right, minimum of, we'd say -7 at x equals -1. Okay. Now, just remember, you could also think of this in terms of transformation. So if we just think about the graph f of x equals x squared, remember we learned about transformations in Unit 2. What have we done? Well, we've moved it, by adding 1 here, we've moved it left 1, we've moved it down 7, and then this 4 out in front, we've stretched it by a factor of 4.